Good morning, guys. Good morning. 9% of the time. The top end up for chips and having a good time. This is what the channel's kind of built around. I originally planned on making like car content, but that fell through because I just didn't have the funding to, you know, keep on throwing at this car quickly to make the content. And then life and stuff like that. Look at all those water spots. I sprayed it off a while ago. Dried water spots. I have to fix all that. That's gonna suck to they are. Okay. A little bit about in 2000 and no 14, sent him over into a of the only damage that's left that can be seen of that and right here, that's considered probably car. As you can see, it's got a Holden right here made and then sold on the market as Pontiac G8s. Holden Commodore is what they are. It's called the Holden Commodore VE in Australia, made by Holden. If you don't know what Holden is a GM performance division in Australia. So that's what the badges are and everything like that. SSV line would have been like the top tier, so it would have been like the GXP version in Australia, pretty much. So it would have been an SSV, VE. VE would have been like a base model of V6, I think. But over there in Australia, they didn't fuck around. They didn't even bother with V6s, I don't think. I think they just put V8s and everything because the Aussies are crazy. But anyways, got this from Copart. Guy picked it up and he started doing the body work on it and got it all fixed up. And I guess the guy needed a job. But anyways, he started working at the place I worked while he was finishing up this car. And whenever he saw a GXP that I had seen on, I think it was Facebook, honestly, or something. I was looking for a car. I was looking for a new car anyways because it was coming tax time and I was going to have a nice down payment. I had a baby on the way and I needed a sedan instead of a truck. All right. So 2014 is the year my daughter was born. I was like, okay, this is a sedan and it's got a V8. The excellent dad ride, right? It's just like the dad ride, right? It's got a V8, it's 4 doors. Put a car seat in it, carry the groceries, do whatever you gotta do. And if you put an exhaust on it, it sounds fucking great. So here, just for us, we'll start it up for a second. You can hear the exhaust. Put a 2-inch exhaust on this thing, some headers, and it sounds fucking amazing, right? A little obnoxious. You can make them quieter. They don't have to be this loud, but you can still, I mean, this is a cammed one, obviously. You know, I spent a little bit of money on it, but even the stock one would sound really good. A stock motor, no modifications, would sound really good with just an exhaust. Okay, so premium dad ride, right? Job that he gave me looks great, stellar. Honestly, I still keep it looking nice. That's why we're washing today. And then we'll forward a little bit. I'll drive down the interstate and all of a sudden having misfires and all kinds of stuff like that. But then whenever I cruise down hills, misfires go away. See it, cell will go away. Come home, do compression tests, all that stuff. End up finding out that, you know, I lost a lifter. Wasn't even a DOD lifter. It was a damn +6, whatever fucking lifters they were putting in it in 2009, right? So lifter failed. I have no other choice but to kit. Custom back to the same cam anymore. But I think he's got a better one. Really good at testing. Cam installed. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Down there. Got that cam installed. And video. The video of the first startup and how excited that I part throwing it together, right? That's starting. I pretty much run around every track I go to. Give it. How's it going? Running around getting all that stuff. It's going crazy. Enjoying myself. And this again. Oh, I'll wash this with the sun right now. It's pretty intense. But we gotta get it sprayed before that soap dries again. So running around racing everywhere. He helped me out tremendously getting through that whole phase of getting it tuned, getting it all set up. Wrong, right? I would take it apart, put it together on my weekends, and find nothing. It was like, we were thinking it was like a vacuum issue, maybe something like that, because it would surge coming to a stop and surge forward, and I was like, man, I wonder if this is the trans tune. I kept on asking him. He really didn't want to have nothing to do with it. He was kind of, I think at the time, things were a little bit different than they are now. But he's a great businessman. Great job for me at the time. And got the car going. Now moving from Adam Cooper a little bit later on that summer. And the car went from running 8.5 on a quarter mile flat pretty much instantly. I mean, it was like didn't come to a stop. No more of the high idle after parking. After, like, say you got on it and then you pulled into a parking lot and you parked and you left the car running. I get back in the car to a cell saying, you know, idle higher than expected, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, what the fuck is that all about? That's what he kept on telling me was probably a vacuum leak. Well, that went away also after Adam Cooper tuned the car. So I still got Adam Cooper's tune on here. We've added a little bit of fuel at the dyno. That same guy that tuned it originally. So that day he found that I got. So then, moving on a little bit. I was having a really good time. This car was like pretty much my life for 2-3 life, honestly, in many different ways. It's like occupy your rather than your thoughts. Needed more than just a meeting. But anyways, this car is very special to me because of that reason. It really helped whenever I was transitioning a man and father at the same time, and this is where I got my thoughts out. I got done in a clearer, better way. Instead of saying, spend my time thinking about this and how do I get it faster, fixing the little nuanced problems I was having. Oil leak. Last tell you. Got an oil leak on this. Now I just put it back together. It's the oil pan though, and I got a gasket on the table, so it's not a big deal. We'll get that fixed. But with me, and then later on, you know, I had other vehicle problems. Days where I had to drive this, I didn't really want to. It was a gloomy, nasty day. I was taking it to town because I had to go to work, and a deer just jumps out of the road, just jumps out of the fucking ditch, actually, right in front of the car. I had no time to react to get out of the way, but I thought I had enough time to think, damn it, you're not hitting one side or the other. I'm squaring up on this bitch. So I squared up on that deer and smoked it. And yeah, that sucked really bad this again. So this didn't want my insurance now. So it sucks because I don't get water spots. Alright, so then we have a wrecked car again. Crushed my soul, really, honestly. This is like pretty much one of the things that kept me really happy, besides my daughter. And really enjoyed a lot, you know what I mean? Man, that thing is beautiful. Watch this first. While I was watching this, I got the idea. I'm devastated. End up finding parts down in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and paid for them. Oh man, that was a nightmare, honestly. So, mention names. I don't think he's around anymore with the LS world. If he is, he's fucking probably hated by everybody. But, anyways, ended up buying some parts, $2,800. I had to buy fender, hood, other fender, radiator support, and bumper. That's all, everything. And then I had to get like these new headlights, new ones of these, fog lights, all that stuff, right? All this stuff in front. Frame wasn't bent, frame was fine. All it did was fuck up all the plasticky shit, because the radiator support on this fucking car is plastic. Like most cars nowadays, just everything's plastic. So, had to replace all that. I'm waiting, almost two and a half months. Dude's like, yeah, they'll be ready next week, blah, blah, blah. And I said, all right, finally, after all that next week shit, finally I was like, look, I'm booking. You said it's gonna be ready at the end of this week. I said Friday, I'm on my way down there. Saturday, I'm picking them up. Said I'm getting a hotel. I'm bringing my daughter with me, so I don't want no bull crap. And I'm bringing a U-Haul. I'm coming to pick up my parts. I said, I want them ready. He's like, all right, no problem, they'll be ready. All right, get down there. They're not ready. He ain't even painted them yet. Apparently, Friday, whenever I get down there, even though I told him I was coming, I guess he didn't believe me. But I guess Friday, he decided to prep them quick. And I mean, whenever I say prep, I mean, he just roughed them up. He didn't fix anything on them. All the little drop chips are still there, painted over. He roughed it up, painted it. It was an alright paint job, I guess. He knew what he was doing there. It wasn't bad. Paint job's not bad. It still doesn't look too bad on there. So, and it's holding up. I don't leave it out in the sun that much though. So, I guess overnight, and then he just basically made me wait all day because he was waiting for the shit to dry. You think he was sun drying it. So here it is, Saturday. Like, me and my daughter, we go to Corvette Museum because what else to do. So we spent all day at the Corvette Museum, went over to Bowling Green track, looked at the hole in the Corvette Museum, which is really cool, and went out to eat, enjoyed stuff. We went to the track, seen, actually back at the time the C8s were wrapped up. Didn't even know it was a C8 at the time. They were all wrapped up, and I think the C7 was there too, but the C8, I remember seeing it. I remember it wasn't drove though. The C7 was the only one I seen drove. You could tell it was a C8 now. This is my memory. I don't have no pictures, I don't think. But you can tell it was a C8 now because of the body lines on it, looking like a Lamborghini-ish body lines, or McLaren type body lines. So, camera's probably got a little wet, maybe. I don't know. I don't see anything on it yet. But I remember seeing that. And then finally he calls me and he's like, all right, your parts are ready, meet me at my house. I'm like, all right, coming. So I get there, he's not there, wait an hour, finally shows up, and he's got the parts in the back of his truck all wrapped up. I'm like, all right, awesome. I finally feel better about it. Start coming back, and where I live, you gotta cross the Mississippi River into Cairo, Illinois, or you gotta cross the Ohio River into Cairo, Illinois. And once you got into Cairo, man, the road was so bumpy right after you got off the bridge that it really had me everywhere back there. I had them well wrapped up and ratchet strapped down, but I was like, let's go check on them. So we stopped at a gas station, and I don't remember the name of the town, right outside of Cairo. Stopped at a gas station and check on it, and the corner of this hood right here, which you can see I tried to repair it, is bent over. Try to do my own repair here, and it sucks. I'm not a painter. Don't claim to be a painter, don't want to be a painter. That's way too tedious work for me. But I tried to repair it. It is what it is right now. One day I'm gonna get the whole hood repainted, but dad life, right? So we come home, we want to install all these parts, but now I got work to do. So we get everything on that we can, get everything lined up that we can, and then got to go downstairs in the basement and make a paint booth and paint this hood and fix it. While I was at it, I painted these right here while I was at it. I think the camera's pointed down a little bit. So then, after I got it all done, put it all back together, we started racing again. And we raced for a while until I came home one day and I was getting on it. I heard a hell of a lifter tick coming up the hill after I got on it. And I was like... So then I babied it, and then the lifter tick really wasn't there. It was only there sometimes. So I babied it, and last year on my birthday, I drove it to work, and the lifter fully failed. It was pretty catastrophic. At the same time, the water pump failed, so it made it really crazy. But either way, lifter fully failed all the way, and now the car had to sit. So I didn't really have the funding to fix it until this year. So this year, we got a copy of our cam because I didn't want to change my tune. Put new lifters in it. Found the problem. The problem was oil pump. I don't know if I fucked up whenever I installed it way back. I probably fucked it up. Cross-threaded, I guess, the pickup tube to the oil pump, and it got loose and was losing prime. And man, I tell you what, it was 34,000 hard fucking miles, right? Hard miles on this thing. Lost prime. It took out not one lifter, but 2 lifters, as I found out. And ate my cam up all over. Pretty good, honestly. And had a lot of motor, and just a galley to the filter. Or not oil, but had a lot of metal in the galley going to the filter, right? So had to do a major, like I did some major flushing of the motor, making sure all the galleys were clear and got everything cleaned out. Talking air pressure and oil and cleaner and stuff like that. And got as much of that metal out of there now as we can. We've only put, I think, 600 miles on this thing since we put it together. So now we're gonna dry this thing. So now we're kind of fast forwarded all the way up to like right now. And all along the way, this car was a lot of what I wanted to make content with. But like I said, didn't have the money. Like we're talking 2016 to 2025, okay? That's almost 10 years, right? So now the car, I mean, I'm good, not gonna lie. It does. But that, a couple little things, real small things I think that could be fixed without repaint. But either way, we got, so if we want, and then on the other side, if I want to keep racing, the speed I was at whenever I stopped racing wasn't a super competitive speed. I mean, it was good for beating, mile ones, Scat Pack. I got one on my Instagram where Hellcat roll racing. I'd say if I'm just going for a distance race, I'd probably